Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Funhouse Podcast. I'm Armando Torres, and today I'm joined by three wonderful, lovely boys. We've got Jacob Fullerton.
Hello, Armando.
Hello, Jacob. We've got James Willems.
Thank you for having me back. You weren't here last week.
Yeah, I was gone. And we have John Smith.
Boy, howdy.
For our audio listeners, he's making a really cool face.
I don't know if cool is the right way to describe it.
I would
but
describe it as cool.
I
thought it
enjoy
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I just don't think it's cool. Anyway, we've got a lot of topics to discuss today. We've got the dumbest NFT story that I've seen in recent
Which
years.
is a bold claim.
It's pretty dumb. It's the dumbest one that I've seen, maybe not the dumbest one ever. I'll say
Okay.
that. I thought it was cool. We've also, I want to hear about what happened Saturday. You guys had a little outing that apparently was very fun.
Delicious, too.
And some other special surprises as well. So first, I'd like to hop into it because I have extreme case of FOMO. What did y'all do on Saturday?
Tell him, Lindsay.
Oh, just to be clear, you were invited and canceled last minute, and I had to find somebody to replace you. I just want to make sure that the audience and listeners know that.
I did
And then
do that.
I had to sit next to those losers.
Who were
Yeah.
they? Wait, what do you mean losers? I only am one person.
Two people came.
To replace one Armando?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
That's
gotta
all
Oh,
right.
somebody
make
else
some-
canceled too.
I got to make some changes
Yeah.
in my life.
So
So we went to the Melting Pot, which is a fondue place. I was under the impression that everything would be served with cheese because they were asking what meat we wanted, and I was like, oh, cool, we'll get a cooked steak that I can dip in cheese. But it turns out cheese is just the first course, and then the second course is like a stock that you put raw pieces of meat in and then take them out when they're like pale gray and eat them.
Yeah,
That's the right color for meat.
there
Yeah.
may be a correlation between me canceling and me Googling fondue restaurant.
Yeah. And the third was my favorite, which was I didn't even try the chocolate. There was melted chocolate and Bananas Foster's like cream sauce. And I was just dipping blondies and Rice Krispies.
Those little candied pecans in the chocolate were real.
shout out
good.
to
Oh, yeah.
Nacho, our server Nacho.
Yeah,
who-
Nacho was
great.
badass.
It's the best name for a guy who works at a cheese-based
You're
restaurant.
not wrong.
He was on the plaque in the entrance.
on the plaque.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was.
Employee of the month?
Yep.
Or MVP, yeah.
Yeah, MVP.
Nice.
In hindsight, I'm glad that everything wasn't cheese.
Yeah, it's most valuable employee.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like it could have all been cheese, but yeah, the diversity of the menu was really good. I think the big thing is that apparently it's a Washburn family tradition.
Apparently so.
Lindsay really wanted us to go as a family, and so she planned. I think she was originally pitching that 3 years ago or something like that.
Probably, maybe.
Yeah.
But also, I just want to say it's not just the melting pot, but fondue in general. Like, we can do fondue at my house, too, and you guys are all invited.
I think I need like 3 or 4 months.
Oh, definitely. No,
to
we need
recover.
time. It's like half a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Just walking to the car after this fondue feast, I was like, oh my God, I can't stand up.
It's fun though because basically the way it works is you know, Lindsay had to put in all of our orders beforehand. So you can order like a platter that includes different kinds of either seafood or poultry or meat or even veggie. But it's just a big thing. It's just a big, they all cook differently generally. So you have a stick and then you plunge it into this extremely hot boiling water or whatever,
Yeah,
stock,
there's wine and
and
chicken.
all kinds of flavorings
Well,
to
wait.
cook it.
You cook it in wine?
It's like a mixture of
It's like
stuff.
Yeah.
a broth
Wine-based.
with
Yeah,
like
there's
a
a broth,
wine
yeah.
or
Yeah.
like with like
Wine
garlic
and herbs.
Yeah.
and there's oil one too, and oil is usually the fastest.
But there's also a lot of rules about like it's to give you raw meat and
Yeah.
you have to cook it yourself.
Yeah.
And
You
so
could just eat
Yeah,
the
and
raw
pork,
meat.
chicken, beef, and fish and crustaceans all cook,
In the-
all require
in
different,
different-
times and temperatures,
So-
really, to be ideal.
everyone had their phones out. You have 2 sticks and everyone had their phones out. So everyone was like putting that in, starting a timer, putting another one, and they're like, okay, when that timer goes, we got to pull this one out and then swap
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
And so it was really fun, but it was kind of stressful. I think
It was like
Ryan was
overcooked.
having a hard time.
Yeah, Ryan
He
was getting
real
cheese
stressed out.
everywhere, and at one point I just heard him get like sweating,
Yeah,
like
he was
looking all
panicking.
panicked, was like, I don't think fondue's for me.
It's a lot of
He's
responsibility.
eating like 1 pound of like raw pork.
He
on
did.
accident.
He did get the surf and turf, which includes all of the meats from the kitchen, which I thought was pretty great.
Within minutes, I looked over and there's like cheese dripping from his hands. And stuff, and I was like, oh my God, did he stick his hand in the cheese or something? I don't know.
Dude, yeah, like I kept forgetting about my timer because we were socializing, and then I'd pull my meat out and it was so overcooked that I was just like having to like chew it really hard and then forcing myself to swallow it.
By the end of it, I figured it out. Like, because like they were very conservative. They don't want people leaving with food poisoning, and so they have a little guide there that says how long to cook it. And by the end of it, I had figured it out. So my last 2 pieces of every single dish were perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my last piece of beef was perfect,
Yeah.
but then I had no more.
They'll be like, it'll say like 2 to 4 minutes for this piece of sirloin or whatever. And I was, by the end, I was doing like a minute, 15 seconds.
Yeah, I was doing 90.
I was like, this is perfect. This is how it comes. This is how it's meant to come out.
I stole some of your steak, by the way.
Oh yeah? Is that what you
You
were
knew
giggling
that.
about? I knew that you took something, but you and our friends were giggling
Well, no,
about stuff.
They gave it away. I did it very sneakily, but I could have sworn that you saw me and you were just ignoring
And then
me.
you were like, he's gonna tell me in the car.
Well, yeah, because the person, I don't know if we should name it. The person,
Sure, Josh and Nadia.
Josh and I. Naughty was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, and like looking at you, and I was
Yeah.
like, shut up, Naughty.
Yeah.
Lindsay said there was a rule if you drop your item, whatever you're dipping, into the fondue, you have to kiss the
You have
person
to
to your
you have
left.
to tongue kiss the person
Yeah,
to your left.
What?
Rick owes
No.
me 2 kisses.
No,
I haven't seen
it
those
was
yet.
not tongue kisses, and honestly, any kissing was probably bad news. But we were all sticking our forks in the same pot anyway, so we were kind of all patient zero. But it was a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
I gave no kisses, and will never give kisses. But
Rick!
but
Rick,
Rick,
get in here, Rick.
Rick does.
on,
Oh,
Rick.
Jacob
Cheek.
several
What was
kisses.
cheek?
What was your COVID test this morning?
Yeah, did you?
Mine was -2. Mwah.
Ah! Ah!
Oh, thank you.
For the
So-
audio listeners, they just fucking made out
Yeah,
hardcore.
That's what it sounds like.
Tongue kissing.
But it was a lot of fun. Everyone seemed like had a good time, had some drinks, and
I didn't have a very good time, James.
I didn't ask.
Well,
I've been looking forward to it for weeks.
What was
I-
your excuse for canceling?
my excuse for canceling was that financially, I'm fucked. I fucked myself, James.
What?
Oh, okay. I want to hear this.
I expedited a passport, and I also bought a tickets to Paris.
Oh,
And
okay.
Fancy.
I bought them this month because I was in my head. I'm going, I have a bunch of extra money coming in. But here's a fun fact for you: PayPal, which is this thing that this guy uses to pay fucking comics for, doesn't matter. Apparently, they have this fun new thing where if they pay you over $600, PayPal will put a hold on that money for 21 days.
21 days.
21 days. Additionally, this great company that we work for will not make it very easy to reimburse things for you. So the last time I was in Austin, I had to pay for all my own Lyfts and Ubers and food, and I still haven't been fucking reimbursed for it, which I'm going to figure
Well,
out
we
today.
also get paid once a year.
Yeah, that
it's
is
just
true.
a giant lump sum that
Yeah.
we're given, and we're told to
And
spend
it's
it
all
responsibly.
in coins.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all cash.
So
Big bag.
there's more too. It's just a series of things that fucked me to the point where I looked at my bank account and I went, I can't go anywhere. I
You
can't
had no
do
liquidity.
anything. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fucked if I do. So I completely had a panic attack and a breakdown and cried in my closet for about 45 minutes. And
The
then
closet's
Special
full.
place.
my closet is empty now.
Oh,
His closet was full with the most extravagant clothes.
Yeah, and now I have sold them so that I may survive. But I had this moment of clarity where it's like, all right, Armando, you've been poor before. You can do this. And so I spent like $80 at a Costco, which means that I have a full house. My closet is filled with
Man.
food and bullshit. And one of the things that I saw at a Costco, because I was so sad that I was missing out on fondue, I wanted to treat myself. I saw for $5. For $5, they had a party tray of shrimp, and I bought it.
Oh,
And
cool.
over the course of one day, I ate 1.5 pounds of shrimp.
Oh,
did you ever put it in the fridge?
No. I can't.
Oh,
on
shit.
the counter, and
For a
at one
day?
point, throughout the day.
You're not supposed to let seafood sit out for more than like 90 minutes.
Well, I feel that now because eventually I started feeling really sick, and I googled how much shrimp is too much shrimp. And
You're like, why does this shrimp smell so bad?
Oh my God.
It's slimy. But I gotta finish it for my friends.
Well, here's my thought process, and I now know that I'm wrong. And this is the worst part: is I used to have a fucking a food handler's license, so I should have fucking known about the danger zone. But in my head, I was like, it's a party tray. It's shrimp that's meant to be left out for a party. That makes sense if you're a fucking idiot.
And it's on ice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you think about any time you go to a place where you are either ordering like clams or mussels or something like that, and it's always served on ice.
Yeah.
It's not just presentation.
Well, I thought it was. I don't have I don't have fucking money to drive a car. I don't know what you think I'm gonna do. But my favorite part of the day,
It's like a garnish.
You don't have money for ice.
Ice is rather pretty if you think about it.
ice is too expensive. Hold on, I have to find this because
Is it a picture of your decaying shrimp?
I know. I didn't think you could progress past like eating hallway sizzlers.
hallway shrimp. Yeah, hallway or lobster.
That's
Hallway
what it was.
lobster.
Is that
yeah.
what gave you food poisoning last time?
No, the thing that gave me food poisoning last time, I'm a piece of shit. The thing that gave me food poisoning last time was either the Sbarro's pizza
That's what it
that
was.
had definitely been under that heat lamp all day, because it was part of what made up a full pizza of leftover slices. You know, where it was like sausage next to pepperoni and
It was the
pineapple.
chimera. Yeah.
And then I left the pizza out on the table for about an hour before I actually did eat it.
Right.
And then later that night, I ate halal guys fresh, which always manages to fuck my stomach over.
Wait, there's a halal guys in LA?
Yeah.
Did we? I feel like we've talked about that, but you weren't sure if it was the same halal guys.
Oh, right, yeah. I'll have to look into it.
Look into it.
I want to find this fucking.
You're digging through your phone for a photo of
No. I should have.
a conversation with your mother where you're begging for help. Please send help.
I need fondue.
I'll never ask
Please.
for another favor again.
You can probably
I
Just
found
get
it.
this shrimp out of my
I found it. So
Okay.
at one point I Googled how much shrimp is too much shrimp.
Yeah.
And I found this question on Quora, which is called, can you eat too much shrimp? And mind you, I'm dying at this point. My body is shutting down. And I find this question and with the top answer with a guy named Zach from Fremont, California.
Ooh.
And this was his answer. I attended Tiger Woods' first pro appearance at Pebble Beach in 1997.
Okay.
There was a huge ice sculpture loaded with about 1,000 jumbo tiger prawns. Get it? High as a kite on MJ, I estimated I ate about 75 shrimp with cocktail sauce. The bloat was massively painful. As I was sweating profusely from the protein-induced coma, combined with bottomless champagne, I awoke on the grass feeling a wave of nausea. I vomited about 7 times in a lake. I swore off shellfish for 4 years.
4 years.
So
wow.
the prawn, they were frozen inside the sculpture?
No, they were on ice because
Okay.
Tiger Woods isn't a fucking
And it's
sweat.
a garnish.
I was gonna say that absurd story is still more reasonable than what you did.
Than
to
what I
yourself.
did,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I was also high on MJ, and I don't know what, because I didn't eat them in the presence of Tiger Woods, who I was about to say wasn't a scumbag, and then I remembered what Tiger Woods is secondly most famous for. Shrimp.
Trashing his car.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I did to
all
make
day on
myself.
Sunday were you just shotgunning shrimp tails out your ass?
No,
That's a lot of shrapnel.
Shrapnel.
I spent the entire night just shitting my brains out.
Ugh.
And also trying to edit and write an episode of my podcast.
Did you have your laptop on the toilet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was. Oh my god,
Burning your thighs.
it was absolutely terrible. But the worst part was that like all I could think about was how bad I wanted one of these frozen burritos that I had bought 900 of at the Costco.
Nice.
So if you are given here's the worst part too, is that I saw the other party shrimp trays of the same brand in the meat section, and those motherfuckers were $15. So somehow mine was in a different section for $5.
Oh, you got clearance shrimp.
Yeah.
I got clearance shrimp that I then left out.
Manager special.
Yeah, they might still have poop in them.
Yeah.
They got the poopy track.
Little veins of
Gross,
poop.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you enjoyed your fucking fondue trip.
I did.
Yeah, I had a
It was
great time.
It was
Yeah.
delightful.
Great time.
Yeah, I'm still not over
My
it.
shrimp,
probably
my
gonna
shrimp
be-
was there, perfectly cooked.
Oh, I was
I
jealous
timed
of
it
the
right,
lobster
yeah.
tail I saw people had.
The
But-
lobster sucked. I don't like lobster.
I don't think I've
It's
ever
a
eaten
sea
lobster.
rat.
You haven't lived. It's a sea cockroach and it's huge. You haven't lived until you've had Sizzler's lobster left out in your hallway for 15
gross.
minutes.
I can't eat lobster anymore because ever since Leon the Lobster video went around. Have you seen that?
No.
There's a series of videos about
Bullshit.
Leon the Lobster, a lobster that was rescued from a grocery store, and like this guy like documented his recovery and stuff, and like basically just made like 4 or 5 short films about this lobster's life. And you see so much personality in it. I mean, I know they also I think like in the UK or whatever, they determine that lobsters are smart enough that you can't like boil them alive anymore. Like if you're gonna kill them, you have to treat them like
You have to
intelligent.
knife them.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't even do the thing where you hit them in the brain, because their brain is a series of nodes down the center
Oh,
of their
really?
belly.
So it's not
so,
what you're
so
thinking.
Oh, you have to
technically,
cut them in half.
yeah, the only humane way to like instant kill a lobster is to either shock it, like you freeze it, and then you do something to it, or you have to like they described it, but like slice its belly down in one quick stroke,
Yeah.
severing all of the brain nodes.
That's not
but
true.
I don't
You
eat
can
lobster
I
anymore.
shoot them. I shoot them with a gun.
Yeah.
And listen, we talked about this in the car, but like it's a silly argument because
Yeah.
you watch a cow
my reply to
nuzzle.
James telling me that was that I can find
Yeah.
a cute, like, smart video of
Anything.
every creature.
Literally
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Every
Cow,
creature.
chicken, pig. Pigs are
Even-
smart. Pigs decorate their pens. They'll pick flowers and place them around where they sleep.
Yeah, well, it's like the most intelligent creatures on Earth, but in terms of like brain capacity, are like human beings, dolphins, pigs. It's like
Yeah.
number 3.
Yeah.
And I love
don't eat
bacon.
pork. I don't eat pork that much.
There's
honestly.
but-
Babe's one of my favorite childhood films.
And meals.
There is that you can find a cute video of any animal. Like even bugs, people will make
I love bugs.
videos of
I love
them.
those
I
tiny-
fucking hate
Those
bugs.
tiny spiders.
I just pulled a spider out of the shower the
I
other
saw.
day. Magnus. I named them Magnus.
Was it a big one?
It was
It
like
was
a
like a
daddy
daddy
long legs. I
long
had
leg.
big
Oh,
long
okay,
had
so
big
big
long
daddy
legs,
long
but
legs.
every time Elise would go to shower, there would be like he'd be stumbling, and she's like, "No, you're gonna
that's
fall!" And
clumsy.
so then we decided to just move him. And she asked online, and the general consensus was like, "You can't just take those spiders and dump them outside; they'll die."
really?
Which is funny to me.
Whoops, I've done
But
that quite a few
I know I've
times.
done that for the last 38 years, but
Spider's going, no!
yeah.
No!
I'll always put them in like a nice plant. I'm like, this will be a nice plant for you, but they're probably immediately eaten by
Yeah.
something. So we found a plant inside, and we put Magnus in the plant inside.
Nice.
Disappeared. Don't know where Magnus is now,
He's
but
fucking dead.
so yeah, probably
Yeah.
dead somewhere.
In
Yeah,
hindsight,
I-
like, daddy longlegs are so slow. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're probably just getting eaten by some like actual spider.
Yeah.
I kill them every time. Every time I see them. Anytime I see any kind of spider, I murder it immediately.
You know what you need to do?
You shouldn't.
You need to watch Life in the Undergrowth.
No, I
I've
don't.
been telling everyone about this for a decade.
Do they have any shots, like camera shots of a spider at any point?
all insects, all
No,
or all
can't do it.
small
But
undergrowth
the
creatures.
spiders are on our side.
Spiders can. They're all like. I'm against all of them.
No,
they
but
all
they're
can
on
go
our
fuck
side.
themselves.
Spiders are our allies. They
No, no,
go
no, no,
against
no,
other
no.
pests.
You don't know what I'm saying. I want this to go further than this. Fuck all spiders. I wish they were all dead, and also all bugs too.
We need
the
some
entire
unnecessary.
ecosystem would
I think-
collapse.
Good.
I think-
I wish that would say
There are for sure
it's a
nuisance-
trade-off for me. Where if we get rid of all bugs and all spiders, and I die in 5 years, I get to be
It'd
happy
be a
for
lot
5
faster
bugs.
than that.
You have bugs to thank for fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
I don't even fucking eat fruits and vegetables.
You should be on
I
your
eat
knees
bugs. I eat
thanking those
shrimp,
bugs.
motherfucker, that I
Okay.
leave out. Which, by the way, that's why I can't eat lobster anymore, because I got a Sizzler lobster and I turned it over and I saw its little fucking cockroach legs and I went, no.
There was a house centipede in our bedroom.
Ah,
You ever seen
Wow. No.
I didn't know what it was. Like I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, I've
I
never
Googled
seen
this-
one in California.
Yeah, I googled just like weird bug, long legs, lots of legs, and it's like it was probably like that long, but the legs were really long. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of them. I was like, It was also like Tara was sleeping and it was like right next to her head. I was like, Tara, I don't want to scare you. There's a
You should have just flipped her out of bed.
according to Google, there's a house centipede next to the bed.
Are they poisonous?
I didn't read into it.
I don't think
but
so.
Catching it was really freaky. Like I try to catch bugs, but they
You
do
didn't
under
read if it was like deadly poisonous or not
no.
before
I
trying
know-
to catch it?
I know
actually-
real ones are.
I commend you because I feel like if I had learned it was poisonous, I wouldn't have been motivated to get it the fuck away from my
It looked
fiance.
easy to catch. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll get it with a bucket. This will be easy. So I didn't worry about getting bit by it. But it was really creepy looking.
My mom apparently, when I was a kid, found one in my closet and never told me. And after she told me, it like ruined the image of that house forever. Like I could, all good memories were gone. I fucking hate bugs. If I see a cockroach in my place, I don't want to live there anymore.
You should watch Life in the Underground.
I don't want to.
It might
The,
change
the
your
opening
perspective.
shot is like, here is a deadly scorpion. And it's like running around. Scorpions are very scary, but also they're caring for their young, just like you.
Aw, babies.
And it's like a scorpion with like eggs and little baby scorpions in a den. It's
Aw.
like, this mother protects its young.
Putting
Like, that's
little
the whole
scorpion
I-
bibs on them.
Yeah.
To feed them.
I get your point, but I don't think you're seeing my point, which is that for all intents and purposes, I am Bug Hitler. I do not care. I get that they have feelings, emotions, they care for their young, they're similar to us. I fucking wish they were dead.
Have you
all
had
of
like a
them.
traumatic experience with bugs or something?
Absolutely. I've
Yeah,
talked
he ate
about
all
it
those
before.
shrimp.
Yeah. I ate 1.5 pounds of shrimp. Which also I lied to somebody about, by the way. I saw somebody the next day and I ate almost 1 pound of shrimp. And they
Oh, that's
went,
how you saved it?
and they went,
You
oh
cut
my
off
God.
0.6 pounds.
They went, oh my God, you piece of shit. And that's how I knew that the true amount was
Yeah.
bad.
They were talking about sports, and then you just out of nowhere told them
Yeah.
that you were eating 1.5 pounds of shrimp.
Well, they said, well, you don't look so good. What's wrong with you?
Oh, okay.
And I said, I ate almost 1 pound of shrimp.
No. Yeah,
My
bugs-
experience with bugs
yeah.
is that when I was a kid, so cockroaches can fly. It's a thing that happens when it gets hot enough. And they're big motherfuckers in San Diego, which you know, and Palm Springs in India, which is where I'm originally from. And when I was a kid, my grandmother had this couch, and I heard a buzzing from it while I was playing outside, and I opened it, and it was like a hive of cockroaches, and like fucking
Ooh.
Batman Begins, they flew into my face, and one
Wait,
of these
where
big
was the bag?
motherfuckers, huh?
Where was the bag?
The bag
Or where did you find him?
inside of a couch, like inside the
Like
cushions that
That
had
was
been,
inside the house?
No, that was outside in the
Yeah, yeah, that's what I
backyard.
figured,
They were
yeah.
outside. There was just like this old couch that, like, I don't know, Mexican families fucking like put that shit everywhere. There was also like 18 unused cars that my
Yeah,
grandpa
yeah,
was like, I'm gonna fix it up eventually, but now he's fucking dead. So anyway, Batman Begins, they fly into my face, and one of these cockroaches crawls into my mouth and starts crawling down my throat. And the only reason I didn't swallow it is because I vomited and threw it up and got it out of me.
Oh, it's like Mouse Hunt.
And then I like ran inside, and I don't remember anything that happened. And my dad said that I just kind of passed out. And now I can't, and like now thinking about bugs or seeing bugs or spiders, I hate them so much.
Well, that's good to know.
You should embrace them and then fight crime at the night as La Cucaracha.
The first week I worked here, we found a dead cockroach, and James put it inside of a coffee cup to take it outside and tried to show it to me, and I almost punched him in the face. And then I couldn't believe, I didn't trust James for 2 weeks, even though he had done nothing wrong. I didn't trust him because I was certain that like the paranoia of the bug was like, he put it on my fucking car, like he got into my car and he put it in there, and like I don't know what the fuck this guy did.
I didn't even have it. Like I had already taken it outside
Yeah.
and set it away, and then I just came back in with the cup that was empty, and I was like, "Hey, I want to show you this thing," and you're like, "No," and you ran away.
Yeah, I didn't
like-
just run away. I got a
Yeah.
weapon and told you if you got near me, I would hit you. What are you doing?
Nothing.
I don't like this because you know where I live too.
They're like bugs give me the heebie-jeebies. Bugs give me the heebie-jeebies and stuff, but I try not to kill them when I see them.
No
Stuff in the ocean though, like all the creepy crawly things in the ocean, I love all those.
Oh yeah. Well, you're a little sea boy.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Mantis shrimp, they're fascinating.
Oh God.
They just punch stuff as hard as they
Yep.
can. It's crazy.
Are they the one that like it's basically a gun going? Like they break this?
Yeah,
sound?
it's like cocked back on. It's like spring loaded.
You said
and then they
mantis
reset.
shrimp?
Mantis shrimp.
Yeah.
Are they the
You
ones
won't
that
like 'em.
break glass in their like?
They can like break aquariums
inhabit.
and stuff.
Yeah, or their habitations.
Oh, it's like
Yeah, there was like
okay.
I think it was like the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Like they accidentally like imported one on a rock or something, and it started just murdering all the shellfish.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
And they had to like figure out what was like leaving this trail of death in all these tanks.
Dude, I told you about that bobbit worm.
Yeah, I
We
think
talked
when we were
about
doing
that a while back.
Blood Boys.
Bobbit
We were
worm?
playing Bloodborne. You were
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
this
yeah.
whole the bobbit. You wouldn't
So-
like bobbit worms either. Don't look those.
You
up.
wouldn't
I
like
just
bobbit
looked up
worms.
mantis shrimp, but apparently people eat them, which is like the next thing. It was like mantis shrimp, and the next thing down was can you eat?
I mean, they're pretty big, so it's
Yeah.
probably like a lobster or something.
Yeah, it says they're used as sushi toppings or boiled whole and eaten out of the shell by the Mediterranean people.
Yeah.
That's what
Uh,
Google
Way
said.
down.
I don't think that's how you identify those people, but that's what it said. Anyway, sorry.
So the bobbit worm, this guy, similar thing where he bought a rock for his like home aquarium,
Mhm.
and inside it was a bobbit worm, which is like,
Is that like a worm but cut short?
yeah,
Okay.
no, it's like a flatworm with huge, crazy claws in the front, like this.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't look at it. Can you exit out of whatever this is? You bitch.
There, look, you can trust me.
And so his fish started disappearing. And so this whole saga that he accounts on like a home aquarium forum from like the early 2000s, and it just wouldn't die. Like he tried pulling it out and catching it a bunch of times, and like he got it and yanked it, and then it just snapped in half and then grew another head.
No.
What the
Yeah.
That's awesome. And like bobbit worms, like they can get really long.
Yeah. And so it was this porous, like volcanic rock. And so it was just wound throughout it. And I think
Anchored,
finally he like boiled it or something, or like,
Jesus.
yeah, but it was just account after account of like, tried this. And everyone's giving suggestions and like none of it is working.
Yeah,
My
did-
favorite thing is at every single point he could have just thrown out the rock. But
Yeah.
he
No, he couldn't have because it was so heavy. And when he bought it, it was dry. So it was light, but now that it was soaked with water,
It was like porous.
it was porous, yeah, and
Oh.
so he couldn't remove the rock.
Interesting.
That was part of it, was that he was stuck with it.
That's awful.
But could you imagine you're just like, where's my fish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did the Sea World version of a vampire. You invited it into your home and
Yeah.
slowly one by one taking off your friends.
Well, vampires aren't prisoners.
Oh, you don't know that. They're prisoners in their ghoulish delights.
That's true.
I mean,
They're
a
skin.
vampire very easily could get stuck in a house.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like when vampires travel like across the ocean. You know, they always say like, "Oh, sailors are going missing" or whatever, and then the boat just arrives and it's completely abandoned except for
A coffin.
Yeah, a coffin or
Except
whatever.
for one rock with a bobbit worm.
Yeah.
Where's all my sailors?
Well, the thing is this coffin got wet. Now we can't get rid of it.
There's the third season of Love, Death, and Robots just came out, and there's a short in it. I think like David Lynch directed it or something.
What? Really?
I might be remembering that incorrectly. But one of the shorts, the whole premise is that it's this boat and a giant murderous crab gets onto it and just goes into the below deck, and
Oh,
they're trying to
shit.
figure out what to do with it. But it can also stick its tendrils in a corpse to communicate with people. It's
You
fucking
mean
awesome.
David Fincher?
Whoa.
David Fincher, sorry.
Yeah.
I got it
Oh,
wrong.
Fincher
That's
directed
also
it?
fun.
That's
I guess so.
that's
Oh,
almost
God.
even cooler for me.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really
way cooler
cool.
for me.
It's really cool.
I
It's
love Fincher.
It's extremely violent. but
It's
cool.
super rad, but I did
You wouldn't
was
like
kind
it.
of
You wouldn't like this.
No.
There's a crab and there's little baby crabs sometimes.
Well, see, I'm fine with those.
They
Crabs,
look like spiders.
yeah, I mean they're basically water scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is like for some reason making them whatever 4 times the size and filling them with delicious meat
Oh.
it makes them less scary. Like I'm fine with a crab. I'm fine with a lobster until I see its
Dude,
legs.
I went with my friend to this oyster bar, and
Love a oyster.
we were having fun drinking, and we asked the waiter like, "Oh, what do you recommend?" And she was like, "Oh, the soft shell crab. It's wonderful." I was like, "Okay," and I didn't know what soft shell crab was,
Ugh.
and it came, and it was this little crab frozen like a statue because it had been dropped into a deep fryer. So it was just like looking up at me. And I was like, I don't want to waste this. So I tried eating it and I couldn't. And I looked up what soft shell crab is. And it's basically crabs are like snakes where they molt and they shed their skin. And so a soft shell crab is right as it sheds its skin, it goes, this is so great. I got my new... And they pluck them out of the water and then throw them in oil.
Yeah. It's like the moment you take your bra off when you get home.
Well, it's interesting because it's also like for those animals a notoriously vulnerable time, obviously. Yeah. But like, so like they're like, all right, what can I do to make? I just need to get this molting done. Just get this molting done, then I'll get a new shell and I'll be safe again. And the idea that this crab was like, I need to get out of this thing. Like, I need to get out of this thing, but I'm not safe. They're like, all right, I'm going to do it while the lights are off. Do it. And then a hand, boom, gotcha.
I love watching time lapses of crabs molting. It looks extremely frustrating.
It's
because like they split open in the back and they just have to like, it's like getting your pants off.
It's like if you had a pair of pants, but you also had 12 legs.
Yeah. That's always the last part is like they get out and then they have to pull all their legs out at the same time.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The real tragedy of the soft shell crab is that like you assume that it would only happen at like fancy restaurants, but you can get one at a sushi stop. Like you could get one fucking any time of the year anywhere.
I feel like most restaurants, unless they specialize in it, shouldn't be allowed to sell seafood. Because like you go to a burger place and they're like, oh, we also have like tuna salad. I don't.
Yeah.
I always have the proximity to the ocean rule where like one of my favorite burrito places is in Oceanside and they sell shrimp and like if I went a little farther inland, I probably wouldn't order shrimp or any kind of seafood from a place that's as gross as this. But it is right on the beach and I feel like that makes it slightly better.
I'm sure you would find if you looked into it, you're like, those shrimp are from Alaska.
Yeah, maybe. Also, I bought $5 shrimp from a Costco and ate them warm.
Yeah, wow.
So
I can't remember if I've talked about when I was in Ajijic and I ordered a fish taco. Did I talk about that?
Where is that?
I don't think so.
That's in Mexico. So my brother, his first wife was Mexican and they got married in Mexico at this, I think it was called Lake Ajijic. But the lake had this like fungus that totally took it over. So the whole lake is brown, just full of this flora. And we had done my brother's bachelor party the night before. We all got drunk and everything. We were all hungover, and we go to this restaurant that's right on the shore of the lake. And I was thinking, like Mexico, they have the best Baja fish tacos. Like the street tacos there are fucking amazing. And so I was like, oh, 2 fish tacos. And he goes, what? Like that, that whistle. He goes, oh, dos pescados. And I look over and there's a guy with boots and he's just like, I was like, wait, from that lake? No. But I was too embarrassed, so I couldn't take it back. And when it came, it literally looked like dried cat food. Like it was just all like, it was so gross. And I tried taking a bite of it, it was just like,
oh, gross.
It's too late, senor. You already put in your order.
Oh, God.
I'm going to watch you eat it.
It was terrible.
When I was a kid, there was kind of this like hermit crab craze. Like having pet hermit crabs.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, there's this mall in Thousand Oaks. They had one of those little stands, and it's just a bunch of little hermit crabs with all these painted shells. So, like, me and like all my friends, we'd all have like a few hermit crabs in little aquariums. And of course, like some of them wouldn't last very long. Like a couple of them were like they lived like a month. But one of them we had for like 4 years. And it just like we just gave it a bunch of bigger shells and kept feeding it and stuff. And it escaped a couple times.
What?
And would just like run around the house. One time I saw it on my parents' bed. It had like climbed up the sheets and was just like skittering across the bed. I was like, oh, there he is. And another time had gotten onto my desk somehow and left its shell looking for a new one.
Oh, no.
So I saw this little naked hermit crab run across.
Don't look at me.
I saw it. I was like, oh, what the hell is that?
You should have
Like,
immediately grabbed it and thrown it in a deep fryer.
No, they're so small.
Oh, well,
But I scooped it up, put it back in.
You know what else is small? Is the break that we're going to take to hear from our sponsors.
Nice.
Wow.
We'll be right back.
Okay, let me regain my composure just a little bit to tell you guys about our sponsor, Mack Weldon. It's heating up outside, and when it comes to stylish essentials, perfect for the hotter days ahead. There's no better option than Mack Weldon. From hanging at home to that much-needed vacation, the conference room to the happy hour, they've got you covered. Their innovative daily wear system takes the guesswork out of getting dressed, even for the most indecisive of guys. I love Mack Weldon clothes. I like to cover myself as much as possible. I guarantee you that what you can't see is Mack Weldon, my socks, my underwear. I've tried to replace everything in my underwear drawer with Mack Weldon. I got everything there, and then they brought in the new AirKnit X technology, and I was like, okay, so now I need to re-upgrade my underwear again to this because it's the best feeling. It's the most comfortable. You can wear it all day. No worries. Mack Weldon's premium polos easily elevate your plans with fabric technology they've built in to keep you comfortable as the temperature rises. Their lightweight silver peak polo and new super soft Pima t-shirt polo are great for summer. I'll be wearing them everywhere with the Maverick Tech Chino short and Radius Flex short, two other must-haves for the season. And by the season, I mean the beach season or pool season. Any body of water that you can get close to, check out their board shorts and swim trunks, a combo of performance stretch and slick design. They're great gear for when you're taking time off. Check out Mack Weldon for yourself and save 20% on your first order. Visit mackweldon.com/FHPod and enter promo code FHPod. Again, that's mackweldon.com/FHPod and enter promo code FHPod for 20% off. Stock up on warm weather essentials you've been missing.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here. Same crew. I don't know why I did it so formally. We're back.
We didn't change after the ad read.
Yeah.
No. We've turned this entire episode into a segment of Zoo News, which I'm appreciating a lot.
Oh, I love talking about critters.
Will you do the Zoo News theme song for me?
Yeah. Dude. That's
James.
it.
John. That's a house centipede.
Ooh, it's creepy.
Jacob knows what
what
that sound is.
Yeah.
What I was going to tell a story. Oh yeah. So my brother and my sister-in-law got their kids guinea pigs. The two boys were like 4 and 6 at the time, and they loved them and they took care of them for the first like month or something, and then eventually they just forgot that they existed.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And so, of course, as with most pets, their parents were taking care of them, and then they're like, it's been months since they have interacted with these things. We should just get rid of them. And so they took them to a guinea pig rescue or something, and gave them away. And then 2 months later, the boys realized it, and they're like, where are guinea pigs? And we gave them away months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they started flipping out and sobbing and crying. And it was like, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
That's
just
life.
ignoring a pet.
Yeah.
I hope it was one of those things that was like the front is a guinea pig shelter or whatever, and then as soon as you drive away, it falls down and it's just a Peruvian restaurant.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it falls down and it's a bunch of foxes in suits.
Yeah, well, same thing. You fucking Peruvian. No, I'm just kidding. I like getting extremely Latino racist. We talked about it in a GTA, but I've been watching Modern Family, which I stand by is the best, worst TV show I've ever seen in my entire life because it is just a joke writing machine. And they had one joke where two Latinos see each other and just go, Bolivian, Guatemalan, Cuban, Colombian, and then they just go, ugh, and then walk away. And it's the most realistic shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
I could totally relate to that, yeah.
I tried introducing different Latino friends once, and I remember that my Mexican cousin met this other guy and just went Salvadorian and just knew immediately.
To be fair, I grew up in North Carolina, and if anyone ever mistakenly says you're from South Carolina, I am very quick to correct them. Very, very quick to correct them. So
I love that there's in the Latino culture there is a hierarchy that every group thinks that they're on the top of, but it also like changes and shifts. Like Mexicans think that they're on top, and then second place is like Guatemalans or something, and then like Salvadorians, etc. But then you like talk to like Brazilians, and they're like, well, obviously we're on top, and then like Colombians, and it's just like, what?
Yeah, my Filipino friend ranked all South Asian countries. Laos was at the bottom.
Oh no,
Sorry, Laos.
it sounds like lousy.
fucking
That's the problem.
There's nothing more that I love than the intense racism that Latino people have for their own fellow Latino people. And it extends to everything. It's Asian people against Asian people.
Is it racism though, or is it pride in where you come? I think it's
No, it's straight up racism.
I don't know.
It's tribalism.
I think
Yeah.
it's
Because you guys are the same race. Technically.
I think the issue is
fall under the same
not
umbrella.
wanting
The
to
human
be.
race.
I think sometimes not wanting to be overly grouped and just broadly thrown into this bucket because it diminishes your identity, which is much more specific and individualized than that, creates an animosity between a lot of the people that you share the most culture with.
I see that. I don't know. I get that, and I get wanting to be different and have your own culture, but it's just like I've seen so much hatred that it makes no sense in my
I mean, listen, as human beings, it's remarkable how much we try and kill and destroy each other. And it's like, we've all got
race. Or the sub-race or whatever that you're talking about.
Oh, I thought you just said sub-race and pointed
Sports
to a brown
teams, Xbox versus PlayStation, they're all founded in tribalism, which... 20,000 years ago was a great evolutionary trait, and it created communities and helped people survive. But these days, just play Switch.
just play Switch.
Yeah. What we're trying to say is the Xbox owners are the Salvadorians of gamers. I have this article that I came across that I would like to share with you, and it comes to us from... So you're going to have to bear with me for a second. There's a website that I like to use. You may be familiar. Omar is probably the most familiar. It's called StockX. It is a website where...
I know what that is now.
Yeah. When you try to buy fancy shoes from like Nike or other dealers or clothes, they get bought immediately by bots. And now there's a whole resellers thing. And one of the big sites is a place called StockX.
That's
So
where I tried
there's
to get
two
these.
middlemen
Yes.
Yeah.
between the
Yeah,
product
StockX
and
is the eBay for resellers who are themselves middlemen.
Let me while you I want to hear more about what do you think is worse? That bots buy it and then this other website came in to be the reseller for the bots, or something like Ticketmaster, where Ticketmaster will, if like you try and buy tickets to a show, they'll literally be the ones selling you the resold tickets. So they get paid twice.
Oh, really?
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Ticketmaster has a resale thing. So if you buy from Ticketmaster, you can resell your ticket, but you have to do it through Ticketmaster. So they get paid twice for one ticket.
I feel like that's worse.
never
it seems
they're never-
pretty
Wall
evil.
Street.
Like it's pure
guess-
capitalistic
They're
evil.
never
like penny
going away.
stocks.
They're
penny
not
stocks.
going anywhere either.
I've never looked into it, but there could be like there probably will be at some point this thing that comes out that like StockX using bots to fill its own whatever warehouse or whatever, which still isn't as bad as what Ticketmaster's doing, but
Yeah.
only slightly beneath it. So in February, StockX went to court because they were being sued by Nike. And they've had a lot of lawsuits by Nike. Most recently, Nike complained that they tried StockX's site, bought 4 pairs of shoes, and 3 of them were fake.
Interesting.
Also, there's this fun new trend where people are getting their Jordans and realizing that, you know how they have the Air Jordan logo? One of the giveaway details that it's fake is that there's a little butt on it. Like the butt, like it's real cheeked
I like that. That's
up.
the one I want, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the one that I actually very much want.
Cheeked up Jordan.
But this isn't why they were getting sued in February. And in fact, StockX was able to win this because they showed that Nike had a fundamental misunderstanding of what NFTs are. So this is what the lawsuit was over. StockX is selling NFTs of digital representations of the shoes that they have in stock. So essentially, you buying an NFT from StockX are buying the idea of the transaction of a shoe between a reseller to whoever buys it off of StockX. And then you get a picture of what those shoes look like. You don't actually get the shoes.
No,
You just get,
well, you probably don't. You probably aren't even getting a picture of the shoes either, because that imagery, I'm sure, is licensed in some capacity by Nike.
Yeah.
So they couldn't be selling the image itself of the shoe, but what they're probably selling, because NFTs are nonsense, is a digital representation of your transaction.
that is, yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you essentially are buying the digital ownership of the sale of a shoe.
It's like a picture of your receipt that has a picture of the shoe on it.
yeah.
So fucking dumb.
It's like walking into a Payless and watching somebody buy, like, I don't know, shoes for them to go work at a Jimmy John's and being like, see that? They own that.
Also, the best thing about NFTs is that they're the assumption that they have resale value,
Yeah.
right? So that's like basically you went to a donut shop. No, Mitch Hedberg wouldn't be happy about this, but you went to a donut shop and then you bought some donuts and they gave you a receipt for the donuts. And then you went to Jacob and went like, hey man, I'll sell you this receipt that I got from when I bought donuts. All the donuts are gone. I ate them. But do you want this receipt from the time I went to the donut shop and bought a dozen donuts? I'll sell it to you for $10.
Hold on. Did I eat all 12 donuts?
In this scenario, you did.
Okay.
Yes.
How fast?
Well, you left them out before eating them for at least 24 hours.
So I had sweet croutons.
Yeah.
Ew.
And then you consume them all in about 15 minutes.
And I'm gonna go make $20 off this receipt I just got.
So there you go.
I guess it wasn't as wild because you guys might be more up to date on like what kind of things are going for NFTs. But I stopped paying attention to it because I don't want anything to do with it.
It's the only reason I had an idea of what this would be is because I was in a discussion the other day and someone was talking about NFTs and how you can use it to regulate stuff. And then I immediately cited, if you go on OpenSea, which is where it's like a place where most NFTs are bought and sold, you can go and search Funhouse. And someone is selling an NFT, which is the Funhouse logo, and it looks like a badge, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, as a counter to that, I was like, someone's just selling that. Like, this is not, like, you're talking about privacy and accountability and stuff like that, but someone's just selling that. Then the thing is, the response was, well, they're not selling the image. They're selling a certificate of the YouTube URL. So theoretically, I couldn't go and say, OpenSea, just so you know, someone's selling an image that they don't own. YouTube has to go to OpenSea and say you're selling a directory link that they don't own that has our image on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a backwards thing that you can't even say someone's illegally selling the Funhouse logo as an NFT or whatever, because technically it's not. Technically, it's a representation of the directory link
I regret
that someone also doesn't own.
We gotta get in on this NFT thing.
It's free money.
I want to do VFTs, very fungible tokens. I want to do very realistic. I want to sell parts of myself.
Oh, okay. Well, those are non-fungible. Parts of you are non-fungible.
Non-fungible. What is
Surprisingly enough.
fungible?
Fungible means that it can be copied. So if you just took any image,
I'll clone Armando right now.
Yeah.
you right-clicked it and saved as, and it created an exact digital copy.
Have you seen that guy who made the homunculus? Homunculus?
Mm-mm.
It's really freaky. He took an egg and he cracked open the top of it so that it still was a functional egg, and then he put his semen in it.
Ooh.
And then he grew this creature that then died, but it started growing. It's crazy.
Well, of course,
It
it
looked a lot like
lives.
mold.
Life starts at not contraception. What is it?
Yeah, life starts at contraception.
Life stops at contraception.
Life starts at condoms.
You
What
get
is
there
it?
eventually.
Ejaculation? What's their argument?
As soon as it hits the bottom of the shower, that's when life. that's in my opinion when life begins.
It's the moment they're conceived, but then the moment they're born, all of their rights go away, and they no support.
Oh no, of course not. No baby food either.
Yeah, no baby food.
No baby food.
It's not my baby.
My baby's raised on bacon avocado cheeseburgers.
Anything's baby formula if you blend it enough.
I was reading about fungibility, and I just found people making examples on Reddit, and just give me a definition.
Fungible just means you can make more of it. It could be
like money.
It could
Or
money is the most common example. Is that like if we don't have enough dollars, you just print more dollars.
Well, yeah, but then you get like fucking Weimar Germany going on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
sure.
but just fungible is the concept of
being
a lot
able
of
to
the
do
idea
more.
behind crypto and NFTs and stuff is that it bypasses inflation because ultimately there can't be more. There's a limit to the amount, so you can't.
Doesn't it exactly do inflation though? Because wasn't it used to be like worth so little, and now it's worth so much?
But
cares? We've migrated from the interesting, funny thing to then weirdly trying to
Yeah.
So
Okay. it doesn't matter.
imagine an NFT as a hermit crab.
Oh, now I'm interested.
Skittering
no.
across Jacob's floor.
Now I'm out.
I'm excited that when this podcast comes out, I will be at Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so happy.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be at it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's gonna be a big convention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For 4 days.
Are you gonna buy any of that Star Wars NFTs? Those
Oh, I want 'em.
Obi-Wan Koinobi. I want to die.
are you getting
the
a
ship.
hotel room down there, or are you just gonna drive?
I'm just gonna drive.
Yeah.
It's not that far. It's probably should be like 20-30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I got the tickets in like 2019.
Oh yeah,
and I
because this
lived
is your
near there.
carryover convention,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
and then it got canceled. And then I got like a email like, "Oh, your tickets are coming." I was like, what tickets?
Do they do this every year?
They did, yeah.
What is it? What is it?
It's just like a
Celebration.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of.
I
It's like
mean,
show
Kind of like how
floor.
RTX is a convention specifically for Rooster Teeth.
Oh,
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get
sort
there.
of, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like panels and stuff. I think there's like photo ops and signings and things like that. But I don't know if I'll really be doing that.
Is Pondo Baba gonna be there?
I hope so. I'm gonna be looking for him.
Those are teeth, right?
The tusks, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
always
not
thought
like
they were
it's-
butt cheeks.
Yeah, it's, I always
I think
call
everybody
them,
did.
butt face.
Yeah,
when I was a
butt
kid.
face. I think every kid called him butt face.
So the Obi-Wan show comes out
Yeah, like the
this
same day. pretty
weekend,
much.
but you're gonna be there. So are you gonna like go back to your hotel room to watch the show, or back to your place? I
No,
guess.
I think it comes out like on Thursday night at midnight or something.
Okay, so you'll be fine.
So I'm gonna stay up
wonder
really
if-
late, watch 2 episodes, because 2 episodes are coming out.
All right.
Ooh.
I wonder
then
if Scum
go.
and Villainy does like a watch night or
I
something.
feel like legally they're like we can't
Yeah.
legally do anything Star
I mean-
Wars related here.
They're like all their drinks are like not Star Wars.
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is the Lord of the Rings drink.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. I can't remember what it was.
He doesn't like you. Is that what you're gonna say?
Oh no, I saw this thing where somebody who worked on the show compared the Obi-Wan show to the Joker.
Oh yeah,
I think I saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said it was like a character study, like
Yeah.
the Joker.
Yeah.
I think that's
Oh.
what the
That's dumb. I
That's what
hate
the thing
that
was.
so much.
The Joker is honestly, it's the first movie that was ever made.
it was groundbreaking.
It's the
It's the
first
first.
story.
It's honestly, it's the first one, and so I love how we keep referring to it because it's
Yeah.
it's the first movie to ever do what it ever did.
The Joker was based on a book in the Bible. Is what
That's true,
had
yeah.
heard.
But even that was stolen from
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
Yeah, Gilgamesh.
Yeah, never before had a film been made where like you get to learn about just a character.
Yeah.
What
A
makes
character
that character
study.
that character.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna bring Alec Guinness?
I'll bring deep fake him.
Yeah.
You gotta bring him back. I hope there is the final shot in the series. Because this will probably be successful, and then they'll say, "Oh, we're gonna do 4 more seasons." And a spinoff. But the final shot is gonna be Ewan McGregor looking off and the wind blowing, and then they're gonna dissolve his face and morph it into Alec Guinness, and then it's gonna pick up right as Luke is walking up, getting
Walking
attacked
over.
by the
And then he's gonna
sand
go,
people.
"Oh, no, no, no,
Yeah.
And the last thing he says, he just whispers it barely. He goes, "I'm the Joker, baby."
Yeah, and then Tex is gonna go up and go, "All right, that's everything. We're done with Skywalker."
And they're gonna do one of those like training montages where he's in the desert learning how to
Be a
like,
Jedi.
Yeah, be a Jedi
Even though
and
he
like,
already
fight
did.
Tusken Raiders. He's like, I'll start with him going whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop. Oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's it though. He never pulls out his lightsaber the whole time.
I know.
All I want is for it to not suck. That's all I want.
It can't suck. They're comparing it to the Joker, baby. It's gonna be good.
That's true. It can't be bad.
It's gonna be like PlayStation Bounty Hunter, right? Where it's the main antagonist is just like a Sith, like not a major Sith.
Yeah, they're like Inquisitors.
Yeah.
They're Jedi hunters.
Oh yeah, I love
Trying
the
to find
Inquisitors as a thought, like as an idea, you know. But I've very rarely been into them in practice. Like Star Wars Rebels, I didn't really like as a show that much.
It's like a kids show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it wasn't very good. That's it. It was stuck in this weird way where like they had good themes that they could have gone into a darker, better look at them. They couldn't because it was for a younger audience even than Clone Wars was.
Yeah.
Fallen Order, they got the Inquisitors in that motherfucker. They're cool.
I like them in that.
I like them a
They did a
lot.
good job with that.
I like
what
when they
mean.
hold their lightsaber backwards.
Yeah, I like that they all.
Star Wars fans get so hard for a lightsaber held reverse
Yeah.
for some reason.
Oh, it's so
Seems very
fucking-
impractical.
Yeah.
It's so hot. It's the reverse cowgirl.
How do you
of Star
do
Wars.
anything
You
with
go,
this?
ha! And you immediately get your hand cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you turn your wrist and cut your elbow off.
Yeah.
That's a lesson that my dad taught me, is that when you have a knife, you don't hold it with the blade out, you hold it with the blade down, so that way you can punch and you're slicing them and you're not stabbing them, and then they can't get you for attempted murder. That's the lessons that my father taught me.
Really?
I don't
That's
think that. I don't know if that's gonna hold
Yeah,
up.
assault with a deadly weapon.
I was
What?
punching, Your Honor.
My dad, who's been to prison 3 times, isn't gonna know.
Is that why Jedi hold it that way? So they can punch?
That's what I'm saying. And then they
punch people.
I guess they still doesn't matter if you stab because it will just cut your limbs off, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're not going to Sith jail.
But it cauterizes it at the same time. Except that first time where there's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
It's a shame because I feel like, you can get something cut off and then they can surgically put it back on. But with a Jedi, there's no chance of that.
Nope.
It's really lame.
Sears it all. You gotta get a
Like
robot
he can
hand.
cut off a hand and be like, all right, take him back and repair it. But with Jedi, there's nothing you can
You
do.
do get a cool robot hand.
Yeah, come on. What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
want a robot hand.
Well, Jacob, it's very nice that you get to go to Star Wars RTX.
Your shrimps off me.
But we're excited here for regular RTX, the big festival that everyone's buzzing about. Everyone's talking about it.
Yes, we are. We're very excited.
Everyone in the world is talking about RTX,
It's
baby.
back.
This is your first RTX?
This is the first one. I've never been to one, and I'll be honest with you. Before I worked here, was not aware of it at all.
How dare you? How dare you? RTX is the only place on earth where James Williams can walk through a room that needs 2 people in front and 2 people behind to clear the path.
That's
It's
awesome.
the only place.
Can I be one of your? Can I be one of your guards?
I don't know that I'll need it anymore. But in the past, I did.
You can fend for
I-
yourself.
Yeah.
I am hoping so much so that the Achievement Hunter live show that we did is a good representation of what RTX will be like, because one person knew who I was and they said, "Hey, you're Armando from Funhouse, right?" And I went, "Yeah," and he went, "That's cool. I don't really
It's
like
not
your
gonna be
stuff."
like that.
RTX is really fun because it's like, it's like the Star Wars celebration where like if you have a PAX, like people are there for a theme of something, but the more narrow you can make that theme, the more you select people who all have something in common. And so like, everyone generally knows everyone there. Like, I mean,
Fair.
you were there years ago and it was like, you're mostly an editor
Yeah.
doing stuff and still people are running up to you and like Jacob and stuff.
Well,
And it's
more is they're going, Omar!
yeah.
Omar!
That did happen. That was several times. I was like, when I went to Little Tokyo a little while ago with Lawrence and Alana and Stephanie, we were going to just the Gundam pop up, and somebody came up to me. He's like, "Oh, like Funhouse, can I take a picture with you, John?" Right?
To you?
To me, yeah.
Wow.
John Holland?
No, John Smith,
Oh,
because we look
okay.
the same.
Yeah.
What?
I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see that.
But I was
see
like,
it.
no, but yeah, let's take that picture. But yes, I
Yeah.
have been called Omar as well.
I get called Omar all the time, even by people who work here.
Well, when I see your silhouette in my peripheral,
Uh-huh.
it's hard to differentiate.
Yeah.
What?
Because
I
you're
don't.
both you both have like a
Yeah. The only way to know that it's not you or that it isn't Omar is that once you feel that hand on your rear.
yeah.
That's when you're like, oh, it's Armando.
Well, hold on. I
thought
wouldn't.
it
I
was
would.
Omar.
Yeah, because Omar does it on the thigh. No, we shouldn't go down this road. But yeah, I'm excited for RTX. I've never been. I am loaded up on panels. We got like a perspective schedule, and there's one day where just every panel that Funhouse is involved in is it's all me, baby.
We got some plans. There's things being planned, exciting Funhouse things.
Yeah,
We're gonna do a bunch of crazy shows.
two of the panels that I am in charge of that I am the most excited for that Omar said I could talk about were a live Google Trends, which is going to be so much fun. Where if you're in the audience, maybe you'll get a chance to play Google Trends
If you're good.
if you're good.
Heyo.
If you did all your homework.
I'll say that's a warning not to come, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, you seem cool. Don't come to Google Trends tomorrow.
Oh my god.
And then my favorite one, the one that I'm really excited for, is a must-be dice.
Oh, that's happening?
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
It is a live tabletop role-playing one-off that we're doing with the cast and crew, which are the same people from Must Be Dice. And,
Who's the crew?
It's just the same people. I am technically
who are the
crew,
same?
I guess.
Is
It's James, Elise, Jacob,
no,
and
who's the
Patrick.
crew?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not in the cast. Somebody was looking at the fan art that they've been making for it, and they go, "How come you're not in it?" And I go, "Because I'm the game master." And they go, "Oh, 'cause you don't matter."
You're the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime people draw trees, that's you.
That's me.
I think there's one that you're in, and you're just like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm making the face.
And I think it came before the face even happened.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think they just made my face very
Yeah.
open.
We're
That's
doing a
okay.
comedy night again as well.
We are.
Patrick and I
Oh.
are going to host comedy night.
That'll be
You're
great.
hosting?
Yeah, heck yeah. I'm
I gotta
hosting.
ask you if well, I'll ask you.
You have to
off
run all
air.
your jokes by me ahead of time.
You've heard all of them.
That's true.
Yeah. There's
You
somebody.
think the rest of the alphabet gets upset
Jealous.
of it called the ABCs?
ABCs? I forgot about that joke.
Are you gonna get a big hook?
I'm trying. I'm in the.
should.
I'm trying. Patrick and I are trying to get a hook. Yeah.
Can I do my normal set time and then you spend the rest of the time we do like a vaudeville fucking thing?
What I want to do is I want to get the light, but I want it to be like a very obvious light, maybe
Yeah.
like a laser. So then you go, and then I'm hitting you with the laser. The audience can see the laser. You're ignoring the laser. Eventually, then we have to get bigger and bigger lights. And eventually, it's Patrick and I holding a giant flashlight right in your face on
Yeah.
the stage. And then
For anyone unfamiliar, the bit is that when you're a comic and your time is up, they flash a light at you from the back to let you know that you have a certain amount of time left. And so you would just get
just bigger and bigger lights.
bigger
Yeah,
and
yeah.
bigger. But anyone who doesn't know that is just going to be like, what the fuck
They're
is
gonna see
going
that
on?
laser and think you're about to be assassinated.
Yeah.
Spirits are high at RTX. They'll be laughing anyway.
That's fair. My favorite at any comedy show is when somebody's sitting far back enough that they do notice the light, and at the end of every comic, they just go, "What the fuck is going on here?" I love it. Is there anything that y'all are excited for? Any stories from RTX that you would love to share with me to prep me for my first
I feel like
one?
our RTX experiences have always been pretty similar because James, you've always had to you've had a lot of panels and stuff you
Yeah,
had to go to.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
a very
we
busy
just-
weekend.
Yeah.
We just had to stand in the Let's Play lounge and
Yeah. Well, it would be the Let's Play Lounge, and then it was like there's a Dude Soup Can that one year, which that might have been before you'd started. I think the same year I started, and then there was like Let's Play booth, and we all just stood there and just talked to people the whole
I
time.
love that every year Bruce would be like, "All right, all the editors can come, but you have to just find a place on the floor somewhere. You won't have a specific place. Just find a place, post up, and take pictures with people."
Yeah, there's the Let's Play booth, and the next year, I think there's like another Let's Play thing. The year after that, no booth.
Yeah.
We found a spot that nobody.
Yeah, luckily
yeah.
one of the vendors had to cancel.
They never showed up.
Yeah, and so we just took their empty booth.
It was right next to Inside Gaming. So
Yeah.
we're just like, I guess we'll stand here for the weekend.
Yeah.
But this year we got more panels.
Yeah,
and
there's
stuff.
a lot
No
of
time for standing for you boys.
Yeah,
Nope.
no time for standing.
I will
Be
not
very
be
different.
standing.
I'm excited though. It'll be fun.
I have so many things that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be doing as many panels as humanly possible, as many night things as humanly possible, and then any time that I'm not booked, I will be in my hotel pool. 100%.
Oh,
I don't care if they tell me I have to go stand somewhere they didn't put it on the schedule, and I will go in a pool.
July 1st through 3rd, right?
July 1st through the 3rd, yep.
It's going to be so hot.
It's gonna be hot.
Badges are available.
Every time, like, the day would start, I would take a shower, walk. It's like 5 seconds out the door, just sweating profusely.
Yep.
I'd love for it to be a month later.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have said.
You should. No, keep saying it. Come to FHTX a month later.
Yeah.
It's all the same shit, but we do it and we're all a lot more comfortable.
What's the T in FHTX stand for? Teeth still?
Trauma.
Trauma. Oh, okay.
Trauma.
The Trauma Expo.
The Funhouse
Trauma
trauma
experience.
experience.
Cool. We should do that. You have to like give up your cell phone and your left shoe at the door.
Yeah.
They don't tell you
So
why.
you can't run.
No,
Yeah.
You just go in and like the one panel, it's Armando in a glass box with a bunch of cockroaches.
And that's it. That's the whole panel.
It's gonna
I will now be
exciting.
taking questions.
Well, shucks.
Yeah.
Everybody should go to that instead.
Yeah. Badges are not available.
No,
you have to
yeah.
find them.
Yeah, you have to figure it out. It's an
Yeah.
ARG.
If you want the first clue, go to your local bus stop and look under the seat and follow any graffiti that you see there. All right. I think that does our due diligence, our duty of promoting RTX, which is, to be clear, something that I am very excited for. I've never gone. I'm really excited to go. I'm super excited to see everybody. Doing Funhouse Live was such a great experience because, like, people so often when you do creative stuff become like a statistic or a number, and then you get to see a portion of them in real life, and you're like, they like it. That's cool, and I love it. And so doing things live and performing the stuff that we do here and translating that into a live thing is like, it makes my brain very happy because doing stuff live is what I enjoy. So I am looking forward to it so much, and I can't wait to see y'all there. Tickets are available. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And
We're all very excited to attend RTX.
Yeah.
We'll all be there.
we just like goofing. But also come to FHTX. We'll see you there. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We love you.